Back at Animal Kingdom. Love this park.
Up here! It's me, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Check out the big blue marble.
150 years ago. Today that bare bones approach is about to become extinct. In a perfect blending of science and technology, the Dino Institute has created the Time Rover, an amazing vehicle that will literally transport you to the age of the dinosaurs. How?
Well, Jumbo everyone, my name is Lauren and I'll be your safari guide here today to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Before we head on in, I do have something to ask of you. While you are in the truck, please keep your facial coverings completely on over both your mouth and your nose at all times. This is for your safety as well as the safety of those around you. But it looks like we're getting the final all clear from the warden back there, so we're gonna head straight on to find some hippos that are just a little bit more visible. So don't you worry, where there's one hippo, there's usually a couple more. I'm gonna continue taking us on ahead, and there we go, over there to the left. Looks like a whole bloat of hippos, kind of scattered throughout this area. Now, looking at the hippos, you might notice that their nostrils, eyes, and ears are all at the very top of their head. This allows them to stay mostly submerged and only poke up those heads whenever they need to take a breath or see what's going on above the water. And when those guys are in the water, they can stay far below for a pretty long time. They are capable of holding their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. I keep looking to the left. We've got some beautiful Nile crocodile down there on the bank. Quite a number of them over there. Now those Nile crocodiles. And I do see some of those migratory animals off in the distance, and don't worry, we're going to talk about absolutely all of them. But I do want to make sure that we get even closer before we do. So don't worry, we will talk about those. Those are painted dogs, and they did get their name from the beautiful spots that they have. Those spots are unique and vary from individual dog to individual dog. And while they may look very cute and cuddly over there, they are in fact one of Africa's most successful predators. They have 7 vertebrae in their neck, which is the exact same number that we as humans have. So obviously their vertebrae have evolved to be a lot bigger and a lot longer. They're back heading towards their hindquarters, and in comparison to their size, they have really tiny hooves. Now here we go, we'll get another look at some younger giraffe over here to the left, as well as some Ankoli cattle here to the right. And these, and if you look here to the right, there is a beautiful elephant standing right there, kind of by the trees. Now that is an African elephant. You can tell by looking at the shape of his ears. Ears kind of look like the continent of Africa, which for me at least is the easiest way to tell between African elephants and Asian elephants. As close to the road as we did. And starting hold, which is even better. So I'm going to continue taking us down that way. So there do seem to be a number of elephants here in the area. And if you want a closer look at some wildebeest, there are also some wildebeest over here to the right, as well as a closer look at some of those zebra. I do want to get up next to these elephants. Now these are some male elephants. Males do tend to be a bit more solitary than the females in comparison. They will hang out by themselves or in loose groups called bachelor herds. The one that's staring straight, maybe teenage years if he was a human. But really neat to see them so up close. And it looks like a whole flamboyance of greater flamingo who also decided to make their home here in elephant country. And I actually see some baby flamingo over there. They are the gray and fluffy ones with the darker colored legs. Believe it or not, those are babies. They're only around 6 months old. But those greater flamingo are the largest species of flamingo in the world, as well as the lightest pink in coloration. But you can tell from babies that they don't start out that pink color. Does anyone know where they get it from? So they'll get it from all the brine shrimp that they eat. That brine shrimp is full of beta-carotene. This is an ostrich. And this is a lady ostrich. You can tell by looking at the color of her feathers. Males will tend to be a really striking black in coloration as opposed to that really pretty gray. And they are in fact the largest species of bird in the world. That lady stands at around 7 feet. Look straight back, there is a cheetah. Look for spots, he is laying down, got surprisingly good camouflage. These guys are the fastest land mammals in the world, capable of reaching speeds of over 60 miles per hour in 3. And one of these bigger, more nocturnal hunters is over here to the left, laying down on one of these rocks. That is a beautiful male lion over there. And what you see that lion doing right now is what you'll see most lions doing when you see them during the day. He is conserving energy, and he's pretty good at it too. He can conserve energy. The warblers have begun to make some renovations here to the area. As a reserve, is a protected and managed piece of land. Sometimes these renovations are necessary in order to keep the reserve in tip-top working order. So this should be pretty exciting once it is completed. But for now, we'll just kind of bounce our way over here. Today we do not like to say goodbye. Much too sad, much too final. So instead, what we say is Kwaherini, which means to go well. So Kwaherini, my friends, go well, go wild, go make a difference. And if there are any wilderness explorers on board, you guys have been riding the Simba 1.
With domesticated animals like goats, sheep, and more, to sneak peeks at animal care in action at our veterinary animation experience at Conservation Station, where you can learn to draw your favorite Disney characters inspired by live animals. As we make our way to Rafiki's Planet Watch, keep an eye out for some of the exciting wildlife we might encounter along the way, and the highly trained specialists who care for them. From ostriches and rhinos to the mighty African elephant, the species we care for here at Disney's Animal Kingdom are some of the very same animals that inspired the latest advances in computer animation. This tradition continues today as animators travel throughout the world to observe animals in their own surroundings. And that includes here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We are now approaching Conservation Station at Rafiki's Planet Watch. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please sit all the way back against the bench and avoid leaning out toward the railing. Remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop, and please be sure to watch your children as you exit. Go well and explore.
Once again, as a reminder, you will be asked to exit the train. Everyone must exit the train. This is a one-way trip. When you get down to the station, you will not be able to pet the animals. You will be able to view them. The affection section is a safe distance between those around you. Please be sure to wash your hands as often as possible and utilize the hand sanitation station we have provided for you throughout the park. Thank you and enjoy Rafiki's Planet Watch.
will be able to control that avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie Ogden. She leads our science team, which is part of the Pandora Conservation Initiative, and we're here